Welcome to the Places I Have Lived tour. This year marks 20 years that I've been in New Zealand, and I'm going back to all the places that I've lived before I moved up to Whangarei. First up should be Papakura. We originally shifted to New Zealand because the New Zealand Army that was stationed in Singapore where Dad worked shifted back to New Zealand, and they said, come to New Zealand, we have a job for you. So Dad goes, okay, and he and this other person came to New Zealand to set up shop here to do the laundry for the New Zealand Army that was going to be stationed here. So he did that in Papakura. This is the first stop. This is Papakura. This is actually the second place where we moved to. I don't actually remember where the first place is. I think it's actually up the road, but I'm not too sure on that. But this is definitely the place that that I remember first, and it's actually the third house from this these set of houses. That was the first time, the first place I can really remember when I first came to New Zealand, and that was when I was 8. So it's been 20 years exactly since I've been here, so that's great. When the New Zealand troops decided to move out of the Papakura base back to Wairuru, Dad essentially had no more business because the shop that he set up was primarily for the troops stationed in Papakura. So he had no business and he had to move on. One of the soldiers there actually was retiring, and he said, move up north and I will give you a place to live and a job to do. So Dad decided, yep, that was a good enough deal, and he shifted up north. This is Paparoa, the place we moved to after Papakura back in 1992. Behind me, the dairy, is where Dad used to work, and behind that is the house that we used to live in. There was a person in the place where Dad worked in Paparoa, the dairy / takeaway, basically said to the owner there, why are you letting Dad and his family live for free in the house, and paying him to work as well? And according to Mum, that didn't sit too well to the owner, and he eventually just asked Dad to leave. He didn't feel right asking Dad to leave, but Dad left anyway as to not cause problems. So while he was looking for a place to live, he met someone at the store that says, "Oh, we've got this hall type place that you can live in." So we moved there. And this is the next stop in my journey. We're in Matakawi, and this is the place we used to live in. Not the house, but this place here, which is what they call the hall. At the back of it, this is the lowest point that we got when we were in New Zealand, where our money was the lowest. And to give you an example of how bad it was, we didn't have a shower in there. We had to go back behind that house to take a shower. Dad had no work. Essentially was looking for work anywhere, and he found work working the kumara fields up in Rawai. It wasn't stable work. When Dad actually found stable work, it was in Mangatoroto at the Sitting Duck Cafe. He actually met someone there, and he was telling them about our living conditions, and he goes, well, that's nowhere to live, in a hall type place with no shower, no water. Come live with me in our house. It's a really big house. So we shifted there because we thought it would be a lot better than living in a shack. And this is the next stop. We're in my tour. This is Matakawi again, and this is the place I used to live in back in '92. We shifted very quickly in Matakawi from place to place. Here we actually lived with another family. When we were living with this group of people, they weren't bad, but they were essentially treating us like servants, so to speak. We would cook for them, look after the children while they go out to the pubs. But what actually prompted the move, and I can't remember this, is I did not get along well with the children. They kept constantly squabbling, and according to Mum, I had to, squabbled so much that I basically begged Dad to move out. And Dad also saw it as it was not really fair that we were being treated like this. So he found a place in Mangatoroto which is closer to his work as well, and we up and left there to finally live by ourselves without having to answer to anyone.
This is the 5th stop, might be the 6th stop, in the places I've lived in Mangatoroto. We moved here at 1993. Dad got a job here at the Sitting Duck Cafe, which is down the road from here. And this, I remember this to be 1993 because that's when we went back to Malaysia for the first time since we came out here, and it was the year that we got our permanent residency here as well. And yeah.
When Dad actually made enough money at the Sitting Duck Cafe and saved enough, he goes, well, I want my own business, I don't want to work for anyone else. So he found the Sunnyside Takeaways in Whangarei and decided to buy that. And when he decided to do that, we all up and shifted to Whangarei for it. It's just simple as that. He just did not want to work for anyone else. He wants his own business and he wants to make that successful.
And here we are in Whangarei, the last stop. We shifted here in 1995 and been here ever since. So I've officially been in Whangarei now for 15 years. Thank you very much for coming on the journey with me, and these are the places that I've lived in.